Good afternoon, brothers and sisters, boys and girls. It is 4:39 Central Standard Time, p.m. on January 22nd, and the fact that I'm even that I feel motivated to even do this video just really kind of scares me for the hope for humanity and the sheeple, those that are still asleep and really have no education whatsoever. On a couple of my videos showing that, hey, guess what? A bomb went off on Tonga. Okay, and it created the tsunami. Like, oh no, a nuclear bomb cannot create a tsunami. All you gotta do is literally do some research, keyboard warrior princesses. Can an underwater nuke make a tidal wave? Make a tsunami? Look at this. Wikipedia, tsunami bomb? What? Earthquake bombs were used towards the end of World War II. How many of you little sleeping princesses know that? I'll bet not many. For massively reinforced installations, submarine pens with concrete walls, several meters thick, caverns, buried tunnels, and bridges. See also Halifax explosion. People, do some research. I actually do research, okay? But apparently some don't. Which triggered a tsunami in the harbor area. Status 6. A nuclear-powered and nuclear-armed unmanned underwater vehicle. Look, incredible video of tsunami bombs and underwater nukes. Wow. Well, that's crazy. Now, isn't that crazy that earlier I had said that Russia had taken ownership of it? And when I put that in, well, look at this. We got Putin's face here. What? Like, it just kind of comes right up, just kind of naturally, literally putting it in your face. That's crazy. Now here, the United States in 1946 did all their testing grounds. Guess where? Marshall Islands. Where are Marshall Islands? The Pacific Ocean, not far from Tonga, folks. Okay? Not far from Tonga. So let's scroll down a little bit more. Oh, Russian military releases terrifying video of radioactive... What? The defense ministry has even released a video showing the first test of a weapon that creates radioactive tsunamis. The underwater field test of Poseidon TM-39 torpedo. Now, this is an older article, but guess what? Do you think they can't put that damn thing on a missile? Especially with the hypersonic missiles that we have now? They're so daggum fast that you can't shoot them out of the sky. Okay, hypersonic. Think about that. Okay, could blast of a sound stop. They're trying to figure out how they could stop it, but they can't. But guess what? Scroll down a little bit further. An atmosphere detonation weakly couples with the ocean. The effect would be much greater if the thermonuclear device was detonated underwater. The U.S. and French have done underground testing in the Pacific. Kind of like what I've been saying, but I don't believe significant tsunamis were generated. Well, okay, he what? He don't believe. Okay, look in the middle of the word believe. L-I-E. Lie. Natural people. Now this is physics. Okay, this is a physics website. Natural people have thought of this before and have even tried to make it a weapon. Tsunami bomb. The tests revealed that a single explosion would not produce a tsunami, but concluded that a 2 million or 4,400,000 pound instead of kilogram of explosives about 8 kilometers or 5 miles off the coast could create a destructive wave. Well, guess what? If you bury that daggum thing in an island where it's land, you know, like the Hunga Tonga volcano, right smack in the middle, like literally perfectly in the middle, you blow it up. Not only do you have the displacement of the water from the nuclear explosion, but the land is also going to whoosh out. You're going to have displacement of land. That also is going to create a tsunami. But let's scroll down here. Look right here. Russia tests doomsday nuclear drone that creates a 300-foot what? Uh-oh. Experts have said that kind of blast underwater could be enough to trigger a tsunami as powerful as the one that killed 20,000 people in Japan and knocked out the Fukushima power plant in 2011. Oh, look here. Russian nuclear weapons could not cause deadly tsunamis. Yeah, right. Well, guess what, folks? Let's watch a little clip on that. And here I am on YouTube, of all places. Real life lore. How the secret Russian tsunami bomb works. Oh, and this was published in 2019. So they already have it. It already is there. So let's just watch a little bit of this, shall we?
What would happen if you detonated a nuclear bomb underwater? Some channels have infamously claimed that a nuclear bomb detonation at the bottom of the Marianas Trench in the Pacific, the deepest part of the world's oceans, would catastrophically destroy the entire planet, and other channels have famously debunked that. Because it's nonsense, but that's not to say that a nuclear blast underwater wouldn't be dangerous at all. Nuclear explosions have strange effects when they're detonated in other unconventional places, for example, like space, where a nuclear blast can create an electromagnetic pulse, or EMP effect, that can fry or disable electronics. And apparently, a nuclear blast underwater can create something potentially even worse. A tsunami, and not just any tsunami, a half-kilometer tall, radioactive, apocalypse-scale tsunami. The only country in the world that's apparently been crazy enough to develop a weapon like this so far is, unsurprisingly, Russia. The weapon's official name is Status 6 Oceanic Multipurpose System, and its codename is Poseidon. The first published report of the weapon system dates back to September 2015, and the details are genuinely insane. It's a weapon so powerful it seems like it should belong in a bad science fiction movie, and yet it's apparently quite real. Poseidon is an unmanned drone in the shape of a torpedo that can be loaded onto and launched by a submarine.
With that being said, on a torpedo, if they can put it in a torpedo, you know they can put it in a missile. Especially a hypersonic one, if they want to get your attention right now. They know that it can't be stopped. There's no way of being able to, even when you detect it, you can't stop it. Look up how fast hypersonic missiles go. Actually do a little research, folks.
Hawks on the ocean floor, just waiting for a signal to come back to life before carrying out its apocalyptic attack, like a Reaper from Mass Effect. Either way, once a Poseidon is armed and activated, it can have a range of 10,000 kilometers, and it slowly travels across the ocean ominously towards its target over a period of weeks or even months. The drone travels so slowly in order to avoid detection. But when it's nearby an enemy coastline, it rushes ahead at over 100 miles per hour to get close enough to detonate its nuclear bomb before it's detected.
100 miles an hour underwater?
The Poseidon drone carries is allegedly the most powerful nuclear device ever created, capable of unleashing a completely insane 200 megatons of explosive power, and all of it underwater. For reference as to why that's insane, the biggest bomb ever tested by humanity so far was the Tsar Bomba by the Soviet Union. That bomb destroyed every building in a 55-kilometer radius, caused third-degree burns 100 kilometers away, and shattered windows that were 900 kilometers away. It was detonated here in Novaya Zemlya, and shattered windows all the way over here in northern Norway and Finland. The shockwave from the explosion circled the entire Earth 3 times, and despite all of that awesome power.
Isn't that the same amount of times that the shock from this volcano did?
4 times that amount of power. Unleashing that amount of raw power underwater is allegedly enough to generate a 500-meter-high tsunami wave in the direction of an enemy's coastline.
Now, this is obviously when it's maxed out, but who's to say they won't? You can't make it smaller. You obviously can. I mean, to think that it has to be in these parameters, and it has to be that size, is idiotic. They can make it whatever size they want.
Only reached a maximum height of only 30 meters, and is over 16 times shorter than the Poseidon tsunami. What's even worse, though, is the Poseidon nuclear bomb is apparently a cobalt bomb, specifically designed to unleash more radioactive fallout than a normal nuclear bomb. This not only makes the wave freakishly huge, but also intensely radioactively contaminated. So now imagine you're just chillin', hanging out on the coast, and you notice a 500-meter-high radioactive death tsunami bearing down on you. What would you do in that situation? The weapon is apparently specifically designed to circumvent the capable US and European missile defense systems. If nuclear missiles are heading towards your country, you can at least try and shoot some of them down before they make an impact, and you have a chance.
Unless it's hypersonic.
What chance do you have at stopping a 500-meter-high mega tsunami? Once the bomb has gone off underwater, it's already
Russia was flexing their muscles.
The tsunami is going to happen.
They set off a little one
This is a simulated flood
to send a signal.
that was developed by the University of Washington if only a 100-megaton bomb was detonated underwater off the coast of Long Island. But even a 100-megaton bomb would apparently flood the entirety of Long Island, all of New York City, and significant portions of Connecticut, New Jersey, and other areas. As mentioned previously, the Poseidon bomb has double that amount of power. A 500-meter-high tsunami would be taller than every single building in New York except for the One World Trade Center, and it would still be very close. Everything in the city would be destroyed, and the highly radioactive water would linger around and poison the ground and the drinking supply. It would be absolutely catastrophic, and the Russian Navy has allegedly already ordered 30 Poseidon-armed drones to enter into service, with half of them going to the Northern Fleet in the Arctic Ocean and the other half going to the Pacific Fleet based in Vladivostok.
The Pacific
Poseidon
Fleet?
drones are a weapon only of last resort, with enough...
The Pacific Fleet. Where did these things happen? The Pacific Ocean. So in closing, the tsunami bomb was an attempt during World War II. Yes, we've had this technology a long time. It was to develop a tectonic weapon that could create destructive tsunamis. That's right. We've had this stuff for decades, okay? How do you think they set off La Palma? Earthquakes from under it? I mean, has anybody seen those where they looked at, you could look at the map and they were literally in like perfect positions, like on a grid? Intentional, folks. Okay? Open your eyes and wake up. Our military doesn't let us know, nor does any military or government let us know the technologies that we have until 50, 60 years later. Think about this. World War II, how long ago was World War II? Come on. 1945? This is over 60 years later, and people are just, and some of you are just now waking up to this fact? Come on, people. A lot of us need to wake up. Stuff is going on. We have technologies that would blow your skirt up, even if you're wearing pants. But remember, no fear. Open your eyes open. And love is the only way forward.